Joe Hockey joins us from the Democratic National Convention. Great man. What's the feel like? You know, I keep hearing that, you know, this is an amazing party and all the rest of it, but aren't all of them exactly the same every 4 years where they all think that they're about to win and win big?
I'm tempted to agree with you, but I can't. There is a high level of enthusiasm here, Paul, and part of it is relief that Joe Biden is no longer the candidate. That's been a big issue for the Democrats. He got to the point where he was unelectable against Donald Trump, and so a lot of Democrats are relieved that he is not the candidate. But there's also a level of enthusiasm, to be honest, for Kamala Harris, and you can't dismiss that because she's had all the firepower come out, including, who's speaking now, Bill Clinton, but the Obamas, Joe Biden himself, but we still haven't heard from the candidate, and I think there's a long way to go in this election campaign.
Yeah, I agree completely. I mean, literally, you look at the betting markets today, it's Trump just. You look at this poll aggregator, it's her just. You look at this poll aggregator, it's him just. Nate Silver says anything that's sort of between 55 and 45 is a coin flip. But I wanted to put it to you more so this way, right? If it's about the economy, he wins. If it's about abortion, she wins. If it's about the past 4 years, he wins. If it's about Obama in a pantsuit, she wins. What do you think it's about?
It's cost of living. It's got to be cost of living. That's the number one issue for everyday Americans. And the number two issue is illegal immigration. And you can feel it everywhere. Right across America. This isn't just about the southern border. It's about people coming and stealing jobs. And they're the two big issues, and Donald Trump is leading on them. The problem is, and it frustrates me, and I know you've interviewed Donald Trump. I know Donald Trump. I really wish he would get back to dealing with the issues rather than running commentary on the colour of Harris's skin or, you know, whether all the various conspiracy theories. The bottom line is, if he talks about cost of living pressures, if he talks about illegal immigration, he will win. If he talks about everything else, he will lose.
Because it's interesting, again, you have a look inside the numbers, right? Her unfavourable number is 47%, his unfavourable number is 60%, right? So we know if it's about who do you want to have dinner with, all the rest of it. I know I would choose Trump, of course, but generally speaking, we know where that's going to go. But why do you think he's not able to laser in? I understand that in his muscle, in his DNA, you know, he's ready for the fight with Biden. He's got to let it go. But also when you're leading on the issues and you need to start to close the deal to put a little bit of cushion, right, to break some of that hope that people can hear cheering behind you right now. Why do you think he's lacking this ability? Does he not have the same people? Is he just a little bit older? Is he sort of, you know, frankly, not as fired up?
Well, the thing about Donald Trump, which is the most valuable commodity in politics anywhere in the world in the 21st century, the thing about Donald Trump is he is authentic. He drifts away, even privately. When you have a conversation with him, he'll go from topic to topic to topic to topic in a very short order. And, you know, he's got a very active brain, he's got a curious mind, but you can't meander when you're speaking with people, when you're trying to cut through message. And his speeches are boring and turgid at the moment. He's lacking his a one-trick pony with his big rallies. He's got to come up with something new, and importantly, he needs to define Harris. That is absolutely essential. All of this noise, all of these speakers are defining Kamala Harris before she has even defined herself. Most Americans don't know what she stands for and who she is. And the fact is, Donald Trump needs to define her on the one hand, but also define her by the policy failings of Biden and Harris over the last 4 years. If he does that, he'll win. If he's talking about all the other side issues, he'll lose.
you know in politics that if you're hoping for your opponent to make a mistake, you're probably in the wrong place. That said, we know that Kamala Harris can read the prompter, right? And it feels like they're building the Jenga tower. But as soon as she's away from the teleprompter, and last time I checked, when you were kind enough to invite me into the Oval, there aren't any teleprompters in the Oval Office, right? You have to be able to speak off the top of your head and with a certain sense of strength. And I think that even the hardest of hardcore in that room is frightened when she's asked a question by a normal person or, God forbid, a reporter or in the debate. So, how are you going to fix inflation? Because she has never shown that skill.
Well, that's right. And look, you know, the fact is, only one candidate wants to increase taxes. And if you increase taxes on companies like Walmart or Safeway or Target, they will pass it on to consumers in higher prices. So if inflation is the number one issue, if the cost of living is the number one issue, then you've got to say, well, Harris and the Democrats want to increase taxes and increase prices. And that's their stated policy. If you want to prosecute the argument about illegal immigration, you say you're going to build the wall and finish it. And you're going to stop all that illegal immigration. Now, Trump's got a proven track record on that. Heading in the right direction, it's stopped. He can do it again. If you do that, if Donald Trump can prosecute that argument and have the Republicans united in prosecuting that argument, then Kamala Harris needs to respond. She needs to respond with new policies. You are absolutely right. When is that first press conference going to happen, and how is she going to handle it? And what we've seen is everyone else, including the Democrats, are elevating her to a high level. But it's a very big fall. She hasn't been tested, and when she is tested, the fall could be so dramatic that Donald Trump comes sweeping back into the lead.